Hey Super Horror fam! Your votes have been counted and it appears I've won! That means I get to choose someone to switch places with!
Who are you switching with?
You don't want to pick me. I wouldn't hold back.
Oh yeah? You feeling pretty tough, Roger? I was gonna say Supernatural Sammy, but if you're okay with it, Sammy, I'd like to see what Roger does.
It's fine with me.
Let's see what you got, Roger.
Papa Bones, can I get a booster seat?
I'm sorry, Roger, but that would be against the rules.
The rules?
Yes, the rules. There are a lot of rules for sitting in that chair. Some might appear arbitrary, but they all have to be followed just the same. If not, there's no telling what could happen. Are you ready to introduce tonight's topics, Roger?
Oh, what? Is someone talking to me?
Election day is coming up in the US, which is great for us because elections are both a joke and terrifying. So tonight we're going to start with a creepypasta about future uncertainty. Then we're going to have a few laughs watching a video on how to settle disputes. Roger! The person behind the desk is supposed to say, "The show begins now!" It's in the rules, Roger!
What? Hey, why are there so many issues of American Muscle Woman under this desk?
Those aren't mine!
People have a desire to know about things that they really shouldn't know. I think curiosity is part of being human, to knowingly seek out information that normally wouldn't be available, no matter the cost. I don't condemn or condone this behavior. I'm merely here to explain how someone possessing sufficient determination, courage, or maybe stupidity might come by some of this information. Specifically, how someone might learn everything they need to know about their future. It won't be easy for you. Fair warning. The future is a complicated matter, so you won't just find what you're looking for on any street corner. But, if you follow these instructions, you just might be able to find out what you need to know without any serious consequences. The first matter of importance is the time of the month. There needs to be no moon in the sky on the night that you are seeking your answers. But the weather is unimportant. Cloudy skies obscuring the moon will not do. Honestly, if you're already looking for loopholes, you probably should just stop right now. It must be a new moon for you to find the object. You will need to go to an abandoned building. One much bigger than a house. It could be a factory, a refinery, a hospital. You get the idea. It must be away from an urban area with lots of noise and traffic, as being interrupted would be a very poor idea. This means you must do this alone. This point cannot be stressed enough. It would be a good idea to decide on a suitable building before the new moon. You see, the building must be quite specific in its design. You need to find a room within the building that is situated below ground level, with no windows or any other light source. It must be of moderate size, not an aircraft hangar or a broom closet. The room you select must have a door on the southern side of the room. This is of the utmost importance. Please do not get your sense of direction confused. Doing it in a room with a northern situated door would be a very poor way to spend an evening. The room must have a storage unit of some description in it. Possibly a desk, drawers, cabinet, or sizable box. The storage unit must have been in the room already. Do not bring any such items in it with you. Whatever you do, until it is a new moon and you are fully committed to your quest, do not open the storage unit. If you do, you will not find what you are seeking. You see why identifying a suitable room and building before the new moon is ideal. It might take a while, but seeing your future shouldn't be easy. When you go back on the new moon, You must be prepared to enter the room completely naked. That means no wristwatches, cell phones, nothing. Try to remember where the storage unit is within the room, and practice gauging time with no phone or watch. The task will only be completed between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Opening the drawer or unit before 2 a.m. will simply result in a failure. Having the drawer open after 3 a.m. can cause even more trouble. If the storage unit is definitely not where it was the last time, get dressed and leave. Never try again. You'll be happier for it. If the unit is about where you remember, you are ready to go. Open the drawer after 2 a.m. and reach inside of it. You should feel a small candle and a box of matches, as well as a larger item. The larger item is an old Polaroid camera. Light the candle and place it against the eastern wall of the room. Again, please don't mess up your sense of direction. This particular ritual could be likened to an occult game of Operation, where any deviation from the desired line results in a failure. Not just an angry buzzing, but I'll leave that to the imagination. You probably won't notice immediately that you've made a mistake, so keep your wits about you. With the candle lit, you can proceed to ensure there are no extra items in the drawer, particularly coins. If there are coins, leave immediately and do not take them. If there is nothing else in the drawer, you may take the photos. There are 12 Polaroids in the camera, but you don't need to use all of them. Stand with your back to the western wall and take a photo of the candle. Wait for it to develop fully before taking another. This rule applies to each photo you take. Despite the lack of light, the Polaroid should develop quickly. You will notice immediately that the photo is not of a candle. If it is, I'm so sorry. It will be a photo of you, but a reasonable distance into the future. This could be 20 years or 200. It really just depends. Don't be too concerned if you see a crumbling tombstone. That will be most of us in 200 years. Unless you place the candle against the western wall. Which I hope for your sake, you haven't. This is where the quest becomes interesting. You may use as many or as few of the Polaroids as you like to find your answers. Each photo you take will be closer to the present time, but the time difference between photos will be random. They may show you your future house, or a car in the background. They may show you your future wife or children. The most important thing here is to keep count. You don't want to use the last Polaroid, no matter what. Trust me. There are many ways to grant eternal suffering from this quest, but by far the worst is to use the last Polaroid. Using the last Polaroid will invite an entity into your world that is as old as time itself. It may not kill you immediately. In fact, it may never lay a hand on you. It will, however, ensure the most horrific suffering you can imagine. That could mean watching everyone you love be flayed alive, every day for all of your existence. Maybe it will possess you and let you watch it do horrible things. Very few people in this world are acquainted with this entity, and that's for good reason. With that in mind, most people use 5 or 6, get a few answers and leave. The daring ones use 11. I appreciate their bravery and concentration. Care should be taken to look at each photo carefully. If there are any obscure shapes hiding in the background, it is time to conclude your quest. If each photo is of the same tombstone, it may not be worth continuing until you can see the inscribed date. Wouldn't want it to be too soon. Particularly if you're not 100% confident that all of the previous steps have been done correctly. If you use less than 11 Polaroids and all of the photos are devoid of peculiar shapes, good on you, you're done now. Just make sure to conclude your quest before 3 a.m. Place the camera and all the Polaroids back in the drawer. Blow out the candle and place it in the drawer too. Leave the building and get what you can from your answers, but don't try the procedure again. I hope you found what you were looking for.
So Roger decided he wasn't a good fit for the desk right now. So we agreed I should take over. Then immediately after sitting down, I made Roger my hype man.
Time to get hyped!
Hey, that's not fair. I won the election. I'm supposed to be making fun of you guys.
Well, I'm sitting behind the desk now, so I guess you're gonna have to spend some time listening to what I have to say.
To what she has to say, yo!
Sammy? If you don't mind, could you please read the paper on the desk?
No, I don't think I will.
But Sammy, that's one of the responsibilities that comes with the desk.
What are you talking about? You almost never read anything we give you.
Oh man. Really?
Yeah, the last time you started making up words in the middle of it.
I thought I was doing a good thing.
How could that be good, Val?
You know what? You're right. Those are important and they should be read.
Alright. This doesn't make any sense. Pee pee poo poo blah blee blue.
Pee poo blah blee blue!
God help me.
God help her! This woman needs some help!
I'm gonna kill you if you keep it up.
She gon' kill you!
Roger, stop it!
You better stop messing around, Roger!
I mean you.
She means you!
The good news is we're about to watch a short about settling disputes.
Ways to settle... Oh, never mind.
I guess establishing who the educational collaborator was is more important than the name of the movie.
Here come Alice and Jerry and Eddie on their way to school.
Do they know the video's title?
Uh-oh, what does Alice see?
Susie caught Tommy cheating again and wants him to know all the things her mother and father think about him.
Tommy foolishly tries to escape.
Disputing over who should ride the tricycle certainly spoils their play. It isn't any fun. And besides,
Who said this isn't fun?
someone's likely to be hurt.
Making it funnier.
Just think, all this time they could be having fun on the tricycle.
But now, it's too late for Tommy. Eddie is Susie's lawyer. She tells Tommy she'll get the trike, the dolls, and all the G.I. Joes if he doesn't play ball.
But each one
Tommy starts complaining that Susie is a wino and just sits around all day gossiping to her friend Linda on the phone.
Eddie lets them both know. After he collects his fee, there will be no dolls, G.I. Joes, or trikes to go around. And just like that, by waving around his extraordinary fees, Eddie has saved another marriage.
We call this way of settling a dispute a compromise.
That's when one person gets what they want, and the other person stands on the back.
Entirely. They both give in a little and share the bike.
Because divorce is expensive.
And here's another way to compromise. Take turns driving the bike.
Tommy!
Often as
Tommy!
we play or work
This is a
together,
one-way
we
street,
can
Tommy!
compromise to settle some of our
Tommy!
Let me show you how a man drives.
There are different
Vroom,
kinds of disputes,
vroom,
different ways.
vroom.
Compromises are one way to settle some disputes quickly and fairly and prevent other disputes starting, such as who shall drink first at the fountain.
Well, historically, the white people.
Meanwhile, Jerry and Eddie are playing work-up baseball. Oh, Bill really hit that one. Good catch, Jerry. And the rule is, Jerry gets to bat next. And Bill changes places with Jerry in the field. So Bill wants to use Jerry's new glove.
But Jerry has the bat, so Jerry's correct.
Jerry, you you'll pay for this.
I'm not scared of you, Bill. You sound like my aunt's diabetic bulldog when you run.
What the hell did you just say to me?
How would you settle this dispute?
Have a lawyer threaten everyone.
Belongs to Jerry, so he can share it or not as he likes.
Yeah, people usually agree with whoever has the bat.
We can't blame him now.
My glove.
Later, when
Glove.
the office
My
comes on you,
glove.
He'll probably agree to share the glove. The bat and ball, though, belong to the school.
So Bill and Jerry need to take turns beating each other with it.
That's
Jerry goes first.
So here's another way to settle some kinds of disputes. Obey the rules.
Or get beat by someone wielding a bat.
There are rules for playing games and many other kinds of rules. If we know and obey the rules, many disputes can be settled quickly and fairly.
Touchdown!
There are rules about which doors to use and which way to go inside.
If we didn't have those,
Rules are
some people
planned
might
to
start
help us
using the
prevent
windows and
problems
chimney.
and disputes. There's another kind of dispute that can be settled in another way, like this.
Yelling and violence.
You stole it. I did not. Give it back. Wait a minute, Alice. Are you sure you didn't leave your notebook in your desk?
Oh man, the problem with violence is it's weird to come back
Sorry,
from.
Harold, I made a mistake. That's all right. I got mine yesterday.
What caused this dispute?
Harold being a
It
copycat.
happened because Alice didn't have all the facts.
Maybe she was
We need
PMSing.
to find the facts. So let's remember to find the facts. Sometimes we have to hunt for the facts.
And label the misinformation.
Miss Williams, what's the Bandersnatch?
A what?
Jerry thought he knew all of the curse
There
words.
isn't any such thing. There isn't even any such word.
There is too. It's in a poem I read.
On the bathroom wall.
Isn't there such a word?
Where do you think you could find out?
Miss Williams gives a classic grown-up, I don't know answer.
Wait,
Jerry
is that
and
true?
Betty don't need to argue. They
No.
can easily find out who is right.
Please let me be right. Please let me be right.
And you can settle the dispute.
I'll show this idiot. Bandersnatch. A fabulous animal in Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. See? That's where I read about it.
A fabulous. Does that mean it isn't a real animal? Just a made-up one?
Jerry works really hard to not admit he's wrong.
There is such a word.
It does help to find the facts.
Morning. I want you to start thinking about choosing a representative for the playground committee.
That sounds like a really important grown-up job.
The committee will help decide what kinds of equipment to buy and what safety rules to make for the playground. Now, we must choose someone to represent our class on that committee.
I think Jerry, because he can play baseball like anything. And besides, he's got a new baseball glove.
Walter, none of that matters right now.
Right. We want someone who knows a lot about games. Oh, that doesn't matter so much. We want someone who gets along with people.
Darren, I'm pretty sure you belong in that class with all those Asian kids down the hall.
He can play baseball pretty well, too. Let's put Eddie on the committee.
Furious Jerry eyes his dissenters.
I guess it's time for yelling and violence again.
How shall we choose our representative? How shall we settle this?
Well, I think normally
How
these kids
can
ask
this
a grown-up.
dispute be settled? Well, we know some different ways of settling disputes. Will one of them help here? A compromise helps settle some disputes.
Eddie can do all the
Each person
work,
gives
and
in a
Jerry can
little
ride
bit,
behind him.
And then both can have part of what they wanted. But how would a compromise help choose between Eddie and Jerry? They can't both be on the committee, and they can't take turns. No, that won't help. Obey the rules? Well, sometimes
Whoever
we
has the
can't.
almighty bat wins.
But the only rule to follow in choosing a representative is to choose the best person for the job.
Too bad the best person is me. I'd make a great class
How
representative.
can we decide? What about finding the facts?
What about
Often
not
good
drawing a
way to
crappy
settle
picture?
disputes. But we need more than the facts here. Jerry knows more about games,
That's
and
important.
Eddie knows more about getting along with people.
Maybe not so important.
But which one should we choose?
The person we choose should say things like, I'm not a career politician. I work for you.
I have an idea, Miss Williams. We want either Jerry or Eddie to be on the committee. You tell us which one you think it should be, and he'll be the one.
Well, I could do that. Sometimes we do use a judge or arbiter or an umpire to give us his opinion and settle questions that way.
But never a woman.
But
We
you
don't know
think
baseball.
Everyone should help choose our representative.
Oh, you mean an election. Let's vote for the one.
There we are. That's a good idea.
Yeah, no one ever cheated at one of those
Alice
before.
and Betty will count the votes in the election to find the opinion of the class. Often we need to find opinions to settle our disputes. Sometimes you'll want the opinion of some expert or judge.
But that's not available, so we use
Take a
Fox
vote
and
to
CNN
find the
instead.
opinion of the whole group. Finding opinions is the way we settle many important questions.
11, 92, 12, 17,
Now let's see.
45.
Jerry gets 12 votes And Eddie? "15 votes. Eddie wins." So
That's
he
right,
is
guys.
considered to be
I'm
on
better
the
at
draft
baseball.
committee. And look, this dispute
Loser.
was settled fairly. And so Jerry and Eddie are still good friends, just as they always were.
Turns out, they were both sponsored by Big Oil, Pharma, and banks. The election was a sham.
And no matter what Eddie did, it was never good enough for CNN.
We're back, everyone. I'm happy to say we used compromise here today. I agreed not to destroy Roger, and he ran as fast as he could to his seat, not destroyed.
It's nice to see those instructional videos actually being put to good use.
Guys, I think that chair is cursed.
What?
I mean, think about it. I don't know how to use your phone. It says, "Come on, baby, make my nipples hard. Let's go." Oh, what? Is someone talking to me?
I'm gonna kill you if you keep it up!
She gon' kill you!
Whoa.
Wait a second. How do we know it's not the chair just cursed?
What?
That's not the chair. You did these things.
Hang on, Val.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
This is my last election, please. Yeah, and after my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah, I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and understand.
I know words. I have the best words.
Bing, 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 bum, bum, bum.
Because I have a very good brain.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Sammy, what are you doing?
I'm not sitting in this cursed chair. This is crazy.
Sammy, the chair is too heavy. How much further?
Come on, we can't just leave it here.
Can't we just stick it in a closet?
Fine.
Where's my chair? Come on, man! And what about my collection of American Muscle Woman magazine?